Hey, what's going on, you guys? Yes, I am back, and I'm glad that I thought about it. I forgot to do a review on Black Panther. How did I forget to do that? But I was like, oh, let me record now because I know later on my schedule is going to get hectic. But let me just say this incredible movie. I know when I saw the trailer back then, I couldn't wait for it to come out. And it was such an awesome movie. Just to tell you, I saw it. I took a late night show because 7 o'clock I was pushing it, and everybody was like, "The ticket's gonna be sold out," and yada yada, this and that. But I knew where to go. I looked online, saw that it was gonna be at the movie theater that I usually go to at times, and I just decided to catch a 10 o'clock because 7 was pushing it, like I say, and I refuse to be late trying to see that because no, 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 no. That's like my pet peeve. Like, I want to get there, get my drink and everything. And like, I have my refill cup, like everything. I want to be able to be sitting there watching the critics and all this other stuff because I refuse to miss this Black Panther. Okay. Yes, I had on my dashiki. It worked out well for me because my cousin didn't want to wear his. And I was like mad that I didn't go get one. So he ended up letting me wear his custom made dashiki. Okay, so that worked out perfect for me. If you follow me on Snapchat, you would have known that I had it on. So follow your girl J Prissy, J_Prissy, PRISSY on Snapchat and on Instagram. Everything is all the same or whatever for Instagram, Snapchat, and what else? YouTube. So I'm gonna say the cast did so great. Angela Bassett was the queen. Oh my God, her head wraps and with the little thing on there, I don't know what it's called. It was giving me life. It was giving me like, okay, she's that woman. She's that queen of Wakanda. I was so impressed with just the whole story of Wakanda and everything. And it was just like really, really beautiful. Now, from what I was told, Wakanda is real, but it's not on that level. It's like an uncivilized place. Like, they still live like in the old days and all this stuff. So I don't know if it's true or not. But I know that wasn't in my dream. I know I looked it up. But it's like you don't really see anything on Wakanda. That's the thing. They don't let anybody in. Like, they are just as black as this hair, if I'm not mistaken. Or whatever. Like, it's no mix or whatever. It's like if you try to go there, you're going to get killed off. Basically. From what I know. My research and everything else, but don't quote me. I could have sworn it was Wakanda on that level, but it's not with the technology and everything. So let's just fast forward into time of this comic book, Wakanda. So they have this natural resource called vibranium. Basically, it was like struck into Wakanda and everything, and it really is everything. Okay, it's like the highest natural resource or whatever known to man, basically, and some people don't even know about it. The world really doesn't know about this vibranium. So that's what's interesting. And they use it for their tech, they use it for science, like just different things, health reasons, all of these great things. So I'm glad. I really like this movie so much that I went to go watch it twice. Okay. When I watched it twice, I saw things that I wasn't paying attention to. That's what any movie the first time around. Okay. So Black Panther, his name is Chadwick Boseman. I love his energy. I loved everything. Like, he was mauled or whatever, but yet he still had strength of a panther. His dad was a Black Panther. Who knew that? They just go into telling you the story. I don't want to give like the spoiler of it or whatever, but it was just that good to me. So all of them did good. Michael B. Jordan, he was being a radical, and he saw things in a different way because it just looked like he was in rage. He was so angry or whatever. But, when I saw it the second time and I was looking at it, I was like, okay, this is kind of like X-Men or whatever, Professor X and the other guy or whatever, who always seemed like that. He was for the mutants. It's just like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. And if you know anything about comic, they steer off on X-Men with that's what I get from who was that? Instagram, and I was like, I see it. So when I noticed that when X-Men with the professor, and I can't think of the other man's name, but anyways, it's not about X-Men. It is about Black Panther. I saw that it was like they both were for their people. They just had different views, you know. And Malcolm X was a radical. You know, people saw him as being an angry man, but yet he was speaking the truth on some things. And Martin Luther King was like, no, we should handle it like this and everything else and stuff like that. Basically, it was about the vibranium. He felt like, Michael B. Jordan felt like that it should be shared with all the blacks in the world, basically, to help them, because we were this, you know, we were helpless, you know, we didn't have weapons to help us defend ourselves or whatever. And you know, Chadwick was just worried about Wakanda, like his dad and everything else. So it goes into a story of who is really Michael B. Jordan. You know, I don't really want to give no spoilers and everything else, but I just really, really enjoyed that movie. I loved his sister, Chadwick's sister, the little princess. She was a scientist. She was a strong woman. I don't really know her name. Lupita was in it. I just loved seeing them. I just love seeing the essence of everything. It's just like the movement. And you know what really touched me the most was that the second show that I saw on Saturday, because like I went there Friday and I went 7. It's 7 o'clock on Saturday, because I was like, I gotta see it again. It's just what it is. So I was sitting there and my heart just kind of like dropped, because that was a little boy. Like his mom went to go get the popcorn. The lines were extremely long. Okay, everybody trying to get their popcorn and get in the movies or whatever. But the little boy, he was like on the edge of his seat, smiling, looking at these black heroes, and I was like, oh my God, like he was, you know, he was a young black boy, you know, dark complected and everything. Well, it don't matter what his shade is, he's still a black boy. But he was like sitting in his seat, Indian style, leaning up, engaging, smiling at it. And I was just like, oh my God, like this, like they say, it changes the effect on children as well as adults. But it just really made me feel good for him, you know, to see that, because, you know, by us growing up, we didn't have stuff like that. You know, who were the heroes? The heroes was hip hop, basically, you know, or else it was athletes and everything else. But you didn't really actually see a black hero, you know. Media Man, I think, with, I don't even want to count that, but I'm just saying, you just really haven't seen it. So that was a good warm feeling in my heart, because I'm like, wow, you know, now my nephew is going to be able to understand this movie one day and look at it and see and identify with it as well. Forrest Whitaker, I want to say he did an awesome job. Like, all of them did an awesome job. Daniel, the one from Get Out, he was in there. The Warriors. Oh my God, the women, the Warriors, the general, I don't know her name, but she was phenomenal. She was amazing. Like I say, it was so good. I love to see Wakanda. It was just a beautiful place. It was hidden in the I want to say in the forest or whatever. It's like they gave you, like, okay, everybody thought they were third world country, but they didn't know how they was living good and comfortable and they was far advanced than anybody from what it seemed like in the on Earth. You know, I can't say universe, but on Earth, because they had this vibranium, and vibranium controlled a lot of things in Wakanda, you know. And his sister was a scientist. She was an awesome scientist. So it's like women also play a major role, just like the men. And what I loved about it was that the men wasn't shown as weak. You know, the women was doing all the fighting. It was like the men were warriors too, but the women were like, they were handling up with them spears. I'm telling you, they was cold with them spears. It was just amazing of that. And like, okay, who I'm crushing on? I'm crushing on Winston. Okay, Winston Duke. That's his name in Black Panther. And he was the guy, if you don't remember, he was the guy that was part of the challenge, okay? Who came out and they like, where are you coming from or whatever, because he ruled over, like, over there in the ice mountains and stuff like that. But he was, some nice to look at. And I can really appreciate that. And I think I'm going to go see it again. I already know I am, because it's like, when I really like to go see a movie, I'll really go back to see it. Like, it doesn't matter. I can't wait. I'm hoping that somebody in my family haven't went to go see it. That way I can experience that with them as well. That's just something I do. I'm a movie buff. Like, I'm going to see A Twinkle in Time with Oprah in it. Can't wait. But like I say, I don't want to spoil anything. But it was an awesome movie, and it was very positive, and it just showed different elements. Now, one thing I did not like, and I get it and I understand. Um, what I noticed in the movie is that we always, as black people, we have compassion. Okay. Well, this is gonna be a little spoiler. Okay. The white guy that worked for the CIA, he gets injured in the movie. I'm not going to tell you what happened, but he gets injured in a movie. And the Black Panther, he feels like, he's a friend of his. He could trust him. They could actually save his life. Just give him to us. We're going to save his life, okay? Because actually he was about to die or paralyzed or whatever. Like, that's the spoiler part of it. But that just show you how we're not, it's like, he don't mean no harm on nobody, but also that he do have compassion, okay? How they want to make, I think his name was Killamong or whatever, Michael B. Jordan character. He was a cold-blooded something, okay? But he had a lot of little jewels that he was dropping in. And there were a couple of scenes where he's saying different little things. And, it's powerful. It's like, you just got to listen to him. And it just make it seem like that he was the bad guy. I just wish that, I don't want to spoil it, but I understand that it could only be one Panther. Let me just say that. But I just wish that his character could have been molded into something else. But I get it. I'm not the one who wrote the script. And shout out to the guy. I forgot who's the director is of it, but I know he's a young guy. And he is the guy who directed Fruitvale, Creed, which Michael B. Jordan was in. Did I mention? I did say Lupita or whatever. But I'm going to try to Google him. Director of Black Panther, Ryan Coogler. Okay. And my aunt was like, he was born in 1986. And he's a very handsome guy. And I was like, wow, that was amazing. And I want to say the budget, I don't know if they say it was 200 million or whatever. I know they make their money back. I don't know exactly how much yet. Maybe it'll come out on Monday. I don't know if it already came out, but I saw other people writing like, oh, they made 218. I think the highest I saw was 386. So I'm really not for sure. I don't want to be quoting it, and I'm not for sure because I haven't checked yet. I always check like on a Monday or whatever. But so far, so good. Enjoy it. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I say if you have watched it, go watch it again. It's an awesome movie, and I'm just so proud to be able to witness and to be in a moment of time to just really sit there and really enjoy this movie and share it with my friends, my family, and my friend, her and her family, they purchased 30 tickets. Oh my God. She even bought a shirt, say Queen Wakanda. Didn't tell me about it, but I ain't mad. I had a dashiki on anyways. But it was awesome. And I think that us as black folks, we needed to see this. Of course, we're going to be extra. And of course, there were dances. Let me tell you something. Can't nobody put on a show like black folks because we extra like that. But we don't get upset when it comes to Star Wars and people be wearing their little outfits, their costumes. They go all out for Star Wars. It's just that we just do a little fine tuning to our own. There were drums, African drums, steel drums or whatever. Kids, I saw kids tonight in their warrior uniforms. Just like the women in the movie. It was just amazing. See choreography, seeing guys. There was a clip seeing guys had on their hoodies and stuff going out one way, coming out of the movie after they see the movie with their dashikis and feeling good about themselves. I feel like that we need more movies like this. And yeah, Hollywood have for years say that black folks don't like movies. We love movies. We always have. We just only support things that make sense to us that we don't mind spending our money on, That's just who we are. And I'm always catching movies or whatever, but this movie was very special because it was pretty much an all-black cast for the most part. And it was just good seeing people in powerful roles versus negative roles. And I mean, I would like to see more movies come of this. I would like to see more heroes come of this, you know. I'm just saying it can be done, okay? If they can still bring Star Wars back, and if they can bring out these other new heroes or whatever, like I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp or something, if they could bring a woman into that, hey, surely they could bring other black role heroes as well to the Marvel or whoever out there for the comic world and stuff like that. It was just really good. So like I say, if you haven't seen it, go see it. If you have, go see it again. Trust me, you're going to see something else that you probably have missed. And I just know that I just start crushing on Winston Duke or Duke. I think his name Winston Duke. He's so handsome. Yeah, but that's it. So if you were able to see the movie, I do want to hear from you guys. And you let me know what were your thoughts on it, okay? And I'll holler.